July 2nd, in the Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo is the Mindful Minute of the Day, and it's called Wrong View. The mind composed of ignorance or wrong view suffers from spiritual disease. It sees falsely. Seeing falsely causes it to think falsely, speak falsely, and act falsely. You will see immediately that everyone, without exception, has the spiritual disease. And that's by Ajahn Buddhasa. In Pali, the ancient source language of Buddhism and Hinduism, the word for mental illness means wrong view. We must be careful not to interpret this righteously as in, if you see things differently than I, you are wrong. The wisdom here lies in the revelation that our wellness of mind hinges on how clear and true we remain to the pulse of life itself. At heart, our mental health comes out of the sacred relationship between our deepest self and the very source of life. The moment we distort, limit, or rationalize things away from what they truly are, we start to experience the spiritual disease that Ajahn Buddhasa speaks of. This Buddhist teacher from Thailand reminds us that these passages of imbalance and blurry thinking are unavoidable. They cannot be circumvented the way you might drive around a pothole. No, these distortions can only be minimized and repaired. So, we must accept that by being human, we will distort the gift of life. And thus, we must commit to learning how to refresh our relationship with what is sacred. Quite often, to uphold a wrong view, we build and maintain a wrong way. For example, when younger and sorely in need of approval and love, I hurt so much inside that I assumed that life was somewhere over there. Not where I was. Once believing this, I put all my energy into getting over there. But after a hard journey, I was blocked. The people over there wouldn't let me in. Now I had to figure out who was the gatekeeper. The doing of all these tasks to satisfy the gatekeeper so I might be let in. It took me years to realize, no matter the pain, life is always where we are. Nothing is being withheld. All that misguided effort was built on a wrong view. As Buddhasa says, everyone, without exception, has the spiritual disease, while underneath, the undistorted life is softly waiting. Given this, we each must make a ritual, not of seeing rightly, but completely. And the meditations for the day: sit quietly and bring to mind someone's approval you seek. If you can, meditate on why this feels so important to you. What is it you need that you think their approval will provide? Rather than devise ways to get this approval, try to understand where the need in you comes from. Those activities are hard ones. Woo! I mean, the most important thing I got out of this is that we all go through this, every single one of us, that it is a part of our life. It is a part of being human. It is a part, no one is immune to this imbalance and blurry thinking. It's unavoidable. And the whole idea of life being over there and having to convince and change and do all the things for someone else, because of someone else, because what I think someone else needs, is just such a futile effort. And here he said that everyone without exception has the spiritual disease. We each must make a ritual, not of seeing rightly, but completely. and seeing things completely, even my part, and especially my part, especially this activity that he has of why am I seeking approval, or why am I having this behavior, or what is stirring it on. Especially that is so important for me to see completely. And I've had to take some hard looks at feelings and behaviors, and I've had to do work on this, and I continue to. And I'm grateful that I'm making a ritual of seeing completely, because it is a continuous effort. It is not an everyday thing. I mean, it is an everyday thing. It is not a natural thing. But I try very hard, not this particular issue, but to get connected with my source, my inner strength, my inner guidance system. And when I do that, it tends to be better. And sometimes it takes a few days, or behaving or speaking with clarity and truth. So I will be here again tomorrow. Have a wonderful holiday weekend. If you're in the States, happy 4th of July. And I will be back again tomorrow. Be well. Namaste.